morning. Welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, July the 21st. You know, this is July 21st, and we know what happens on August the 21st. What, you don't know what happens on August 21st? You've not been in this area, have you? August 21st, the total eclipse of the sun. And we have the total eclipse goddess with us today. Angela Speck, good to have you here. You don't mind being called that, do you?
No, that's just fine.
I mean, you are running around promoting this eclipse with every group and organization that exists.
Absolutely. All over the country, everywhere, every angle, every aspect.
Yeah. I mean, I have never seen so much excitement building about the eclipse, a natural phenomenon that for many people it's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Right. I mean, you know, people don't realize that this is something that some people think they've seen, and they really haven't. And it's such an awe-inspiring event. It's kind of like people go and see the Grand Canyon, and they've seen pictures like, oh, that looks kind of cool, but then you see it and you go, oh. But you have other opportunities to do that. This is something that for most people, they never get to see one, and this might be your only chance.
Right. And here it is. It's coming right here.
Exactly.
It's coming to central Missouri. And what I'm so excited about is I live about 35 miles north of town. All I'm going to do is put a couple of lawn chairs out in the field, and I got my
Your glasses?
The glasses, the solar glasses, and sit there and watch that eclipse come and go.
See, that's perfect. And one of the challenges, whether we're talking about Columbia, Missouri, the whole nation, is trying to figure out how many people will actually come to town, to campus, to different areas. And then how do we deal with all of those people? So honestly, if you can stay home, that's a really good idea.
I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, I plan to stay home. But I wonder what's going to happen as the eclipse is starting and people are on the interstate. That could be dangerous if people slow down or if they stop and pull off on the side of the interstate.
One of the things that we've done at the national level as well as local, state, is to work with the various organizations, so that's the departments of transport, so either U.S. Department of Transport or MoDOT or whoever, the state troopers, not just in Missouri but across the whole of the path, to have them ready for what's coming. Because you are going to have people who don't realize how busy it's going to be. They're not going to be where they plan to be, but they might already be in the path of totality where it gets dark. And then it's going to get dark, and people are going to stop, and they're going to get out of their cars, and they're going to watch it.
It could be dangerous.
Well, and one of the things that we've talked about is you're not going to be able to stop people from doing that, and there will be the odd person who doesn't know it's coming. And can you imagine you're driving along and it's a normal August day and it looks a bit funny out there, but you're in your car so you don't really notice, and then suddenly it goes dark. It's like, what happened? So, those are the people.
You think there's some people that don't know?
There'll be the odd one, but you only need one, right, to cause a real problem. And so making sure that we have signage, so working across state lines and then along the state to have things on those light boards that they have where they tell you, there will be roadwork starting here on, it's like, there will be darkness on,
Yeah, solar eclipse coming.
Exactly, and so that's going to be coordinated across the whole of the path so that people know it's coming. And then we want to encourage people to just keep driving, but we know that they will stop. We know that in some places, interstates are going to come to a standstill. And so we just want to make that as safe as possible.
Right. What happens if you're up in an airplane at that time? Could a jet fly along the path of the eclipse?
So the speed of the path
is over 2,000 miles an hour, right?
It's of that order. It's really fast. And so it takes 94 minutes for the shadow to get from the coast of Oregon to the coast of South Carolina. There are no jets that move that fast.
Oh, it only takes 94 minutes when the eclipse starts in Oregon? It
starts in Oregon, goes all the way across the country, and it takes 94 minutes to then exit out through South Carolina.
Well, yeah, not even the Concorde, if it was still flying, would not fly that fast.
And even like a Blackbird, so, big supersonic jet that's military, is not fast enough. There are previous eclipses, so the speed of the eclipse, there's a whole bunch of factors that lead to it. So there have been slower ones that Concorde could keep up with. This one's fast.
This is only an hour and a half for it to travel from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah, 2,000 miles an hour.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
And so, it's really a very short time in any given spot. I actually worked it out that to go from basically the junction of Broadway and Stadium all the way along Broadway to where Broadway then meets 63 takes 10 seconds.
Is that right?
That's how fast it's moving.
But we will, in this area, we should see the total eclipse anywhere between 2.5 minutes to 1.5 minutes, depending on where you are.
Right, so as you get closer to the edges, you get less time, and the closer to the middle of the path, you get more time. The middle of the path right here is between Columbia and Ashland, a little closer to Ashland. But, so the longest duration is 2 minutes, 40 seconds, somewhere on, basically where Columbia Regional Airport is. And if you're in Columbia, it's going to range from 2 minutes 38 down in the far south of the city up to about 2:33 in the far north.
But the Columbia Regional Airport is right smack dab in the middle.
Oh yes, it is.
So it is the longest. They're going to see the longest total
that's right.
eclipse
for this part of the path. The very longest you can get is actually in southern Illinois, and that's 2 minutes 42.
Okay, now. You can't say that people aren't trying to capitalize on this, too, because there are T-shirts available at the Missouri bookstore, and I guess you can buy it online.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's the tiger on there with the state of Missouri and the line of Totality across there with the tiger's head right across Columbia.
That's right. Now, there are 4 or 5 different versions of T-shirts in the bookstore, and you'll see them elsewhere. And we just came back from Wyoming, and Devil's Tower, which isn't even on the path of Totality, it gets like a 98% eclipse. Mm-hmm. They have T-shirts.
So everybody's selling T-shirts.
Yeah, there's lots of T-shirts. There's also posters.
Uh-huh. All right.
So this one is one that was designed specifically for Mizzou.
For the University of Missouri.
So you can see it's nicely done. But it's by an artist called Tyler Nordgren, based out of California, who does a lot of work with the national parks. So if you see some of the stuff that's come out of the Tetons, which is also on the path, he's designed all of that stuff.
If you want more information on this, the website to go to?
So we have a Mizzou website, which is missouri.edu/eclipse.
Okay.
There is also now just released is a state level website, and that is mo.gov/eclipse.
Okay. Angela Speck, thank you so much for coming by MU Astronomy. You are an exciting lady, and I think we have you back one more time.
I think so.
One more time before the eclipse, and then on August the 22nd, you're probably going to collapse.
That's right. That's my plan.
Okay, thank you so much. Monday, we've got Barbara Buffalo on something you would like to hear or see. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu.